Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a haul update. A few weeks ago, I filmed my Sephora VIB sale haul, and then I also filmed my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty haul. And it's been a few weeks already, which is crazy, but I've gotten the chance to try out the majority of the products. So I thought I would come back and do some reviews, let you know which products are worth buying, which ones I regret buying. So today's video is sponsored by Ebates, and I love getting the chance to partner together with them every once in a while because Ebates is something that I use every single time I shop online, and I really have been using Ebates for years at this point. I know a lot of you guys use Ebates and you're familiar with Ebates, but if not, they are the largest cashback site. So they partner together with a bunch of retailers like Ulta, Sephora, Target, Elf, Expedia. There are honestly so many, and they pay you a portion of what you spend online back. It's honestly so easy to use. The hardest part is remembering to actually use Ebates. So I would recommend installing the browser button because anytime cashback is available, it will pop up on the screen if you're shopping from your computer. They also have an app that you can use as well, but all you do is do your shopping like normal. Just start on Ebates website or click the little red button that pops up, do your shopping and check out like normal, and then every 3 months, Ebates will pay you in the form of a check or through PayPal. So I partnered together with them because it is their birthday week, so they're offering a bunch of double and triple cashback deals. So I'll put the list of retailers and their cashback percentages in the description box below. Check it out, and if something catches your eye, make sure to take advantage. If you sign up, you actually get a $10 welcome bonus once you spend $25 or more. So you can get that double cashback, that triple cashback, and get the welcome bonus and really save a good amount of money if you are planning on placing an order at any of those retailers already. Ebates is helping me give away a $100 gift card to one of my subscribers, so all you have to do is have an Ebates account. I'll put the link in the description box below to sign up if you don't already have one, and then I'll put the giveaway link right below it, so all you have to do is click that link to enter. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and this giveaway. Thanks again to Ebates for partnering with me, and let's jump into it. Okay, so let me start with a product that was a little disappointing to me. I am so sad that I haven't fallen in love with this product. It is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Nude Bronze Light. I wanted to love this so much. I was honestly so excited about this product. I feel like this bronzer is a little bit too matte for me, and I can't even believe I'm saying that because I have very oily skin and I love matte face products. I especially love matte bronzers, but I feel like it looks almost like flat or muddy on the skin, and it just does not look flattering on my skin at all. It's so weird to me. I wanted to love it so much, but I'm so used to the Becca Cosmetics bronzer, which is a matte bronzer, but it has a little bit of a natural sheen to it, and I feel like that makes my skin look really healthy, just a little bit glowy without being too intense. So I feel like I actually prefer that one over this one, and I haven't fallen in love with it yet. I'm going to keep trying it out and see, if it just takes some time, because some products do take a little while, but so far it just hasn't been my favorite, which is sad because I really love the Hourglass blushes. So that brings me to the Hourglass blushes. These are a little bit different than the other blushes I have in my collection. These are actually the shimmer finish blushes, and I only have 3 of the radiant finishes, and they're definitely different. The radiant finishes are more matte blushes, but they give your skin a naturally glowy look, whereas these actually have noticeable shimmer or glitter in them. I don't notice it once it's on the cheeks, but looking in the pan, you can see specks of glitter in these, so just kind of keep that in mind if you're not into that at all. They're not a bad option, they're just different than the radiant finishes. Like I said, I think I prefer the radiant blushes, but I love Euphoric Fusion. This color is so pretty, and I totally wrote off all berry toned blushes, but I thought I would try this one out, and I'm so glad I did because it is the perfect subtle berry, but at the same time you can build it up for more of an intense look. So even if you have a darker skin tone than me, I think you would love this because you could build it up. It just looks so pretty on the cheeks, and it's made me fall back in love with berry toned blushes, so I love this one. Brilliant Nude is nice, but I have other blushes that I feel like I didn't necessarily need this one. Maybe I need to go through my collection and declutter the similar colors and just keep this one. I am wearing Brilliant Nude today. I feel like my makeup doesn't look that good today. My skin has just been off lately. I've been trying out a bunch of different products, so it's not looking its absolute best, but this color does look really pretty on the skin. But Euphoric Fusion is so pretty. If you guys need a good berry, this is the one for you. Okay, let me talk about 3 different eyeshadow palettes. So the first one is the Anastasia Soft Glam Eyeshadow Palette. I'm so glad that I bought this one, and I feel I don't know, there's this weird thing going on now where if a neutral palette comes out and you're interested in it, you almost get flack for liking it, and not just people on YouTube, but in general, like I feel like everybody thinks you should only be interested in like super colorful palettes, super unique palettes, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I love colorful palettes, but I feel like at the same time, if you love a good neutral palette and you still have other neutral palettes in your collection, it's okay to buy neutral palettes, but I feel like people make you feel bad for it these days. And obviously there's a market for neutral eyeshadow palettes. Like a lot of people can't wear super colorful or bold looks to work or school, or they just don't want to. So I want to tell you guys, if you want to buy this palette, don't feel bad for wanting it, because I feel like I felt bad that I wanted it. I love Anastasia shadows when I want a really like easy, like blendable, seamless look, because their matte shadows blend so easily onto the eyes. And I feel like this palette is so well, I guess like coordinated. Like I can get so many different eye looks using this palette, but it doesn't really matter what I go in with. Whatever I do, like I get a very seamless look in the end, and all of the shadows work well together. So I really enjoy it. The matte shadows are amazing. The shimmer shadows are really gorgeous, but I feel like this palette is just beautiful, and I'm so happy that I bought it. I do not regret the $42 spent on this palette at all, because I know I'm going to get a ton of use out of it. I did buy the Persona Identity palette. I got it for $16, but it does retail for $32 because I did get it during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. I would spend $32 on this product. I'm happy I got it for $16 because that's a great deal, but this is one of the most high quality palettes that I've ever tried. I feel like the formula is so good, and I get why everybody is raving about this palette. The mattes are so creamy, so blendable, so easy to use, extremely pigmented, like they're perfect. They're not super powdery either, especially not compared to like Anastasia or Dose of Colors, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So if super powdery matte shadows are a pet peeve of yours, you might enjoy these. The metallic shadows are so richly pigmented as well. Again, they're almost creamy, like they're definitely powder shadows, but they're the type of shadows that you can go in with like a brush and get great color payoff. But if you are a fan of more like subdued neutrals, like if you don't want these warm, more intense neutrals, because this is more of a neutral palette, but it's just a little bit more intense, then the Persona Identity palette might be a great option for you, because it does come with more toned down neutrals, and it does come with a lot of cooler tone shadows. So if you love cool tone shadows, this is going to be a great option for you. They're so beautiful. I just think the colors have to appeal to you. So for me personally, I don't think it's a palette that I'll reach for a ton, just because the colors don't jump out at me. And I hate to say that because I love the formula. So I do hope the brand does something else, because I would love to see like a smoky, cool toned palette from the brand, because I think they would nail it. I also got the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I did get this one on sale. It's normally $32 and I got it for $16. So this one does come with 5 shades. You actually get a good amount of product in here if you were to break it down per gram and then compare it to the other palettes. So I feel like for the price, you do get a good amount of product, but you only get 5 colors. I will say that this is a really beautiful palette. I love the colors in this palette, and oddly enough, like I feel like I can get a bunch of looks using this one palette, even though there are only 5 shades in here. The formula is very, very powdery, and it's weird because it's not every single shadow, but the 3 lightest shades are super powdery, almost like subculture level for me. So I don't know if everybody has experienced that, because I haven't really heard anyone mention that their shadows are super soft and powdery. But for me personally, when I go in with a blending brush, I'm like so surprised by how much powder kicks up in the shadow itself. It's not the end of the world, because I don't mind powdery shadows. That's not a big deal to me, but I just want to note that, because if you don't like powdery shadows, this is not going to be a great palette for you. I feel like I like the shadows because they are pigmented, they're blendable, they're easy to use, but at the same time, I don't know if I would spend $32 on this palette again, just because you only get 5 shadows. I really like having a good variety in my palettes. Like I really like the Anastasia palettes because you get so many colors to choose from. I don't know, like it's a hard call for me. I was trying to like formulate my thoughts last night when I was thinking about these products, and if I liked them, if I didn't like them. I do like this palette enough to keep it in my collection, and I'm glad I got it for $16, but I don't think I would buy the other 5-pan palettes for $32. If they go on sale for $16 or even like $20, I think I would try them out because the colors are beautiful. The formula is easy to work with, but I don't know, like $32 for me, I just don't think I would do it. I don't know why I'm like so on the fence about this one. It's because I like the colors. I don't mind the formula. I just feel like I don't know if I would spend $32 on it again. How do you guys feel about Dose of Colors shadows? I know some people love them, like people rave about them. I haven't really heard anything negative about them, but I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts. Okay, let me talk about the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I was so excited to try this out because it's been on my wish list for a really long time at this point. It's never in stock. Like the shade that I thought that I needed was never in stock. I got the shade 120, which is a little bit light for me, but it's not a big deal because the powder that I use is a little bit too dark for me, so it kind of evens itself out. But if you guys have a similar skin tone or you wear the same color in foundations, 120 is probably going to be a little bit too light. This foundation, you guys, is so good. And I didn't know that I was going to love it the first time that I wore it because I was struggling with a little bit of dryness around my nose area, and I can totally see why people who have dry skin don't necessarily love this. I don't think everyone who has dry skin hates it, but the general consensus that I got when I mentioned this was that if you have dry skin, you probably won't like it. If you have oily skin, you will like it. Maybe like oily combo normal, but I feel like if you have dry skin, it really clings to those dry areas, and my nose was so dry for some reason, and it really enhanced it. Like, it did not look good. Weirdly enough, like, I reached for this foundation over my all-nighter because I just loved how it made my skin look. It looks really healthy, really glowy, really natural on the skin, but it still gives you pretty good coverage. I'm going to use it in a Get Ready With Me either like next week or the next week so you can see how it actually applies, just because I enjoy the foundation so much. So I did try out two products from The Ordinary. I'm still kind of testing one of them, but I did try out the High-Adherence Silicone Primer enough that I think I can share my thoughts with you guys. I was trying it because I thought it might be a dupe for the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, which was my favorite at one point. I don't generally wear that one anymore because my skin's really oily, and I feel like that foundation can almost leave my skin feeling a little greasy, a little extra oily, so it hasn't really been my go-to for a while. But I wanted to see if this one was a dupe, and it's definitely different. Like, the formula is different. This one has more of like a cream lotion feel, but it still blurs the skin really nicely. I know not everybody's a fan of silicone in like their skincare products or their primers because silicone can clog your pores and irritate your skin depending on your skin, but for me, it didn't irritate my skin at all. I didn't really struggle with any clogged pores, and I think it actually blurred my skin really beautifully. So I personally will keep using this product, especially around my nose area where I do struggle with larger pores and a little bit of dryness, because I feel like it helps my foundation to glide on the skin really beautifully. I don't like it better than like the Smashbox Primerizer, which is more of a moisturizing product, but I do like it. I think it's worth checking out. If you like silicone-based or silicone-feeling primers, then you might like this one. It gives your skin that nice blurred smooth effect without leaving it oily or greasy. So I did try out the Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm. You guys, I love it. Thank you so much for your recommendation. So many of you guys were telling me to try it, and it's amazing. It's been my go-to lately. Well, this one and a Physicians Formula one, which I'm going to talk about in a dupes video, but I really enjoy it. I like the Shea Butter and Vitamin E one. Thank you so much. Like, I've been on the hunt for a good daily lip balm, and I love this one. So I tried out brow pencils this month, and I am so excited. Like, I feel like I'm getting the hang of them. Although, like, looking at my brows today, this one could use a little work, but I don't have any powder in them. I just have brow pencil, and I feel like I'm getting there. Like, I dedicated so much time in April to like working on my brows with brow pencils, and I really enjoyed these products. So the first brow pencils that I tried are from NYX. These are their micro brow pencils, and I have the shades Brunette and Espresso. I think that I like Espresso better for my brows. Brunette is a little bit too red toned, and Espresso, it's not my perfect color. I feel like I need something kind of in between, so I might grab another color. I might go online and see what else they have. I really enjoy this. I'll definitely be repurchasing this pencil because I feel like I am going through it pretty quickly, so I want to go with a more affordable option. I like this because the size of the pencil is like perfect for me. I love the size. I love the texture. It's just not too waxy. It's not too dry. It really is just a great brow pencil. I also tried out the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. This is the one that I'm actually wearing on my brows today. I feel like this one is a good color match, and I kind of feel like I like this one a little bit better. I feel like it's a little bit softer, and the brow pencil, I don't know, it just goes on a little bit better. Like it looks more hair-like. I don't have to work as hard, but this one is like twice the cost. And I did get it for 50% off during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale, so they were actually technically the same price. There's not a significant difference between the two where I could justify paying twice the money for a brow pencil. Like it doesn't make sense to me because these work well enough. So I think I'm going to stick with these. If the Brow Wiz goes on sale, I will definitely end up repurchasing it and kind of stocking up, but I love brow pencils. Like they're the best. I did try out the NYX Epic Ink Liner, and this one is their waterproof liner in black. I love this. It's a complete dupe for the Kat Von D tattoo liner. It glides on effortlessly and it's so much more affordable. So again, thank you guys for your recommendation because I will only be purchasing this from now on and skipping over the Kat Von D tattoo liner. The last product that I want to mention is the Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide Cream. So I am going to do a Drunk Elephant review part 2 because I'm currently testing out a bunch of their products. I'm not ready to give like a full review on this product because it's only been a few weeks, but I can confidently say that I really enjoy this moisturizer. It gives me the perfect amount of hydration without leaving my skin greasy or oily or tight or dry. So far, I do really like the texture. I think it works well at night. In the morning, my makeup goes on really beautifully over top, and I am happy with this purchase. Drunk Elephant products are expensive, so there's always like, not buyer's remorse, but there's always a little hesitation when I spend my money on them, and I'm sure a lot of you guys as well. But I've really only had very good experiences with the majority of their products, and the products that haven't worked for me aren't because I think they're poor quality products. I just feel like they're not necessarily geared toward my skin type. So I definitely like this product. I do not regret buying it at all. So I'll keep testing it and let you guys know in a few weeks what I think about it, kind of as my final thoughts or if things change. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.